All right, everyone. Welcome to WTF Wednesdays, episode 4 with Shauna and Laura. And as usual, we've got our drink on. Whatever's in your drink, it's yours. Have at it.
WTF Wednesday, people.
So, this is the 4th week in a row that we're doing this. And full disclosure again, just want to remind everyone, this isn't polished. This is real talk. This is just unscripted, uncensored, unfiltered sisters trying to figure this shit out. Just, you got to talk about this stuff. So here we are. Week 4. Lots to get to. I know for some people we're probably a little long-winded. But for you young folks that are just so used to scrolling, and getting things so quick and fast that you probably can't listen to an hour of any damn thing, or a movie or anything. But we tend to talk, and that's what we do, like it or not. Here we are. So a little tease about today. I think what we're going to be talking about, I should say, a little tease about today's big what the fuck moments. Are ICE raiding wrong houses, 4 new executive orders, and a democracy stress test that's happening right now. So that's your tease. Hope you're hanging out and listening, and let's just get started.
Okay. Oh, and also I'd like to apologize for the lighting. We're not professionals. And we know we're not professionals, and we know there's shadows here and there and whatever, and we are learning as we go. Okay, so we just wanted you to know that
there are shadows.
There are shadows. You know.
Last week the camera, I didn't like it. But you know, if you're paying attention to the shadows, guys, you're worried about the wrong things. Okay,
this is true.
You're worried about the wrong things.
Worried about the
Seriously,
wrong things. Yep.
To hell with the shadow. We're sitting here. So there's a shadow. La la. Like, you can see that. Woo. Yeah. Whatever. Like, you're worried about the wrong thing, right? It's just about the conversation and just trying to figure out these raids, orders, and the constitutional chaos.
Yeah, we got a hot mess going on. So if you feel like your civil liberties are being threatened on the daily, you are right, and you are paying attention.
They are.
Okay, because we are in big mess. Now, if you don't realize what your civil liberties are, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom to assemble, freedom to work, freedom to say what's on your mind. These are, normal
speech,
normal shit,
freedom, speech.
Yeah, freedom, speech.
Talking.
Whatever. Yeah. So you dumbasses voted for this person because you wanted to be free. I know. I can't help it.
I know. But I don't think the dumbasses that are gonna watch this actually voted for him.
I know. But if you know some of those dumbasses,
if you're unfollowing me,
you could let them know, okay, that they have time. They have time. Like, it's a minute, but they have time to fix this.
Like 30 seconds.
Okay, because they are the people. I just read this great thing that said that people are elected by good citizens not voting.
Oh.
Okay.
People are elected by good
bad
citizens.
Bad people are elected by good citizens not voting. So, that they are also included in the dumbassery. Just wanted to let y'all know.
Dumbassery.
Yeah, it's my new word. You like it?
No.
No, you don't like my new
assery?
word?
I don't think I get it.
No. Okay.
No, I don't really get dumbassery.
Well, it's...
But it's...
It's a verb.
Yeah.
You're
an assery.
Yeah, exactly.
You're asserating.
Yeah.
You're dumb.
You have to do something to dumbassery. Anyway, let's get to the point. Okay, so you wanted to talk about the ICE raid, the one in Oklahoma.
Well, yeah. So what I did was I put together like a what the fuck by numbers. WTF 1 is ICE raids wrong Oklahoma home. Wrong home. To hell with Oklahoma. It's just the wrong house, right? So 20 plus armed federal agents stormed into a law-abiding U.S. citizen family home. They had just moved from Maryland. I've been there real short time, like weeks, a week or something like that. based on outdated intel. Color me surprised. And the family was forced outside, the woman and her children, in the rain, in their underwear, apparently, barefoot in the rain, searched the house, took their phones, took their computer, I believe, took their money. I think this is what really, like, got me, like, shook. I was like, what? Why? Even if you were raiding the right house, why are you taking the money? Like, what are you raiding for? Like, if this isn't, you know, illegal immigrant situation or whatever, what are you doing with the money? Like, I the whole thing is a mind fuck, guys, because I couldn't understand that they did this, then they left, you know? And so no charges, no apology, no accountability, just like, yeah, oh shit, wrong house. Like, but now we're going to fuck it all up.
Right.
Get you and your girls, you and your daughters, okay, outside in the rain in their underwear and freaking the hell out because they don't know, like, is this like a home invasion? Like, I worry about that. I worried about that when I moved to Georgia and I was with my kids and I didn't have a man there. Like, I thought, oh shit, like a home invasion, like that could happen, and that's very scary. And that happens a lot. And so the knock on the door at 10 p.m., yeah, I'm calling 911 because guess what? You don't show up to my place uninvited. Okay, if I don't know your ass is coming, you better listen. I don't play that game. And when you're a woman and you have children in the house, like, come on, like that is scary stuff. So the fact that they did this, and then after the fact said to the mother, I think her name was Marissa. I think her name was. Oh, I know that was really rough. I know what happened today was really rough. Yeah, really rough. Listen, what if she had a gun? Yeah. Because she thought she was being invaded. Like, she didn't realize these were, like, armed officers or whatever. Right. And she shot.
The whole family would be dead. The whole family would be dead.
And for what?
Because they went to the wrong house.
Right. So, like Breonna Stewart, right? They went to the wrong house. They're sleeping. Pow, pow, pow. Shit hits all the time. They shoot back. Like, you know, lives are lost. And so, I guess this isn't the first time that this has happened. Won't be the last time. No doubt. Because this sweeping, like, immunity for government officials, like the Supreme Court is now hearing, right? They're hearing a case now that from 2017 that happened in Atlanta, right? They're hearing that case, but they're concerned about how they're gonna really, I wouldn't say vote, how they're gonna, what their decision is gonna be, so to speak, because they're concerned about saying, having like broad open doors for, you know, basically unleashing everybody being able to come and sue the government.
Well, it would be nice if they would hold them to account.
Right. But there's all these laws and all this stuff that gives them all of this to account. Right. So that happened in 2017, and those people are still fighting. The Supreme Court is actually hearing that case right now. I think they're supposed to have a decision by the end of June. Yeah. But they take her life savings, so she's got no money. Like she said, I've got no food.
She just moved.
She just moved there, so she's got no money. She's got no cell phone. She can't call anybody. I mean, what happens? Like, my heart just hurt watching that story because I thought, holy shit. So we're just like barging in houses, raiding the house, taking all your shit, buy no card. It's not like they should have left a business card, but
they
didn't leave anything anyway. No. Apparently the local police said that they didn't have anything to do with it. They weren't involved in it. But I think the FBI was contacted and they said, we assisted a situation happening at that address.
She identified 3
and then Homeland Security has not responded at all. No. At least as of last night. I don't know today. Yeah. But that's what's going on. Right. And I just can't, I guess I just want to like pose the question, right? Like, let's talk about this. What happens when law enforcement abuses power, but when they come into your home? What happens if it's your house next? Like, what happens if they start banging on the door? Yeah. Okay. And you know, they just come on in and they got their badges and they think you're somebody you're not, and they don't believe what you say and they're not asking you shit. They're just coming in and they're going ham in your house. Right. What can you do? Clearly, this woman in Oklahoma and her kids, She couldn't do anything. She was scared. She was afraid. She didn't know what was happening. They left. They just robbed her. She's thinking I'm being robbed.
They robbed her.
They robbed her.
And they did rob her.
And they did rob her. Because she wasn't even the person they were looking for.
Nope. And
they
took
did
her
rob her.
shit.
They took all her shit. Now what?
And she asked, when am I going to get my shit back? Okay.
They said could be weeks, could be months. We don't know.
We don't know. She doesn't even know who has it. She doesn't even know who has it.
Because they were like three different
insignias.
Yep.
All right. She identified the FBI.
Yep.
Homeland Security.
Yep.
And let me see, the Marshals, U.S. Marshals. Okay.
U.S. Marshals.
She identified 3 of them. U.S. Marshals deny being there at all.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
But somebody had a U.S. Marshals jacket on.
It wasn't the local police.
Okay.
It was the U.S. Marshals
Yeah,
who said they weren't there.
They said they weren't even
didn't
there.
have anything about
well, they're lying because maybe one of their boys was there. So they need to check with their boys because somebody was there. All right. And FBI said that they assisted. Okay. So they assisted. All right. So they assisted Homeland Security, basically, right? Because that's ICE.
Who's not talking?
Who's not talking? All right. They stole the family's electronics and their money.
Their savings. She said that was my savings. That was all my savings.
They stole the money. They left no card and no app, no contact information, nothing. You know why? Because they were stealing it. They were at the wrong house. All right. When they figured out they were at the wrong house, what did they do? They took their stuff. They stole from this family. This woman and her daughters that they left standing in the rain. Okay. And this is how they're treating Americans. Can you imagine? Can you just imagine in your mind one moment how they're treating people that they consider beneath them? Okay. Which is what they do consider.
That's right.
All right. People they call illegal. All right. That they believe that they are beneath them. All right. People do not. There are good people who get into law enforcement. Very good people who get into law enforcement. Really good people who get into law enforcement for the right reasons.
And we know quite a few of them.
We do.
Closely.
Closely.
No names. Closely.
But, okay, there are those who get into law enforcement for the power. And their sole reason for being in there is to dominate, to control, to pull you over for no reason. Okay? To give you a ticket because they feel like it.
I know law enforcement people, though.
Yeah.
And you do, too.
Yep.
I know some that live in Boston that have been cops for years and have never, ever discharged their weapon.
Exactly.
Never. Live in Roxbury, Dorchester. Sorry, guys, I'm just throwing these cities out there, but this is where they live. And have never discharged their weapons. Because you know what's important? Community policing. Knowing your neighbors. Right. You know what I mean? Having those conversations, being out there on the beat, so to speak. No, they never discharged their weapon in 30 years. Like, retired and still didn't discharge that 9mm. Like, because it can happen, right? They're not out there afraid of somebody else and it's all this fear and all this foolishness, right? But this sense of power, this little guy with the big gun that comes in like, and I'm going to come in there and you shut the fuck up and like, dude, this is not a John Wick movie. Like, this is not a movie.
Right.
Like, this is not a movie. This is like my life.
These are real people.
Yeah.
These are real people.
Citizens at that.
Yeah.
And by the way, it shouldn't happen to anybody.
No.
Citizen or non-citizen.
Nope.
Shouldn't happen to anybody.
No, it's not. That's why we have due process.
Oh, no. Due process.
Due process.
DP? What does that mean?
You know?
That's not happening for anyone.
No, that
right
is
now.
the disintegration of our civil liberties, people. That's what it is.
Back to your liberties.
Yep. Back to your liberties. You know, this isn't a one-off. This has been happening, okay? This has been happening, and usually it's with local police or the state police in different states, okay, who are serving no-knock warrants, things that they should not be allowed to do, okay, and going to the wrong house and overreacting and killing people. Okay, because they're going to the wrong house, and so they kill people. And usually they're people of color, and usually they end up dead. Okay? Usually they end up dead. So right now we're in the midst of a racist regime. Okay? So if you are a person of color who this happens to, do not resist. Do not resist. If you can legally carry, do not bring that gun out. Don't do it. Okay? Don't do it, because you will be dead.
Unless, of course, that's your aim. Like, you want to die.
If you want to die, party on.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, some people want to die.
Some people do.
That happens.
You know, there's a lot of death by cop.
Death by cop. That's what it's
Yeah,
called.
I think that's a really lousy way to go, so don't do it.
I want to say this.
Don't be an asshole. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm just saying.
Don't do it.
Because you already know, guys.
I know.
I'm not going to jail. I don't care what happens. I'm not going, guys. I'm not going. So, if for some reason something happened in my life,
shoot you.
I'm telling. The hell they wouldn't.
They're not going to shoot you. Because
bullshit.
I will probably be there and make sure it don't happen.
You can't always be there to protect me.
Yeah.
So, I'm telling you right now, some shit goes down.
Don't listen to her.
Bullshit.
Moving on.
Listen to me. No. If some shit goes down, and I just happen to like lose my shit, because you ever watch the show Snapped? Yeah, because it happens. You snap, and some shit goes down, and I just happen to snap and have a weapon, and I go, I'm not. I didn't mean it. And here they come. Yeah, guess what I'm doing? I'm pulling it out. Boom! Because I want them to take me. Because guess what? I'm not going to jail. I'm not going to jail. Because I can't go to jail, guys. I am not going to go to the bathroom in front of anyone for any reason at any time.
Moving on.
Yep.
She's just
That's my rant.
oversharing.
I'm not going to jail.
Oversharing. Okay, so
I'm out of here.
Executive orders. Let's talk about executive orders. You mentioned one today that I didn't even know about. Okay?
Oh, executive orders.
I did not.
Oh, we're there
know.
already.
Yes, we are. Well,
the only other.
Well, you had other stuff there, which I
did have
not
other stuff
put on mine.
which we can get back to.
Okay.
We can absolutely get back to the updates that have happened
Okay.
just today. We can get back to those.
You can do that though.
But the Supreme Court. So I'm gonna backrush. Yep, Smokey's scratching on his scratch post, guys.
Just making sure he's not scratching.
He
on
just
somebody's
wants to
shin.
know that he's here. I do want to back up just because the Supreme Court is hearing that 2017 case.
Yes.
But what I saw today was they're also hearing a case that's under review concerning the public funding for a religious charter school.
Yes.
Ah!
I don't understand exactly what they're
I think it's also in Oklahoma. Oklahoma is all in the news today.
And that would be a no shit. Okay. Oklahoma is not a place you want to go if you're not white.
So pay your taxes, guys, and guess what? We're going to take you're asking for federal money, you're asking for state money. So church and state, what are we doing, guys? Like, hello. We should be separate. I'm all for separate church and state, but it seems like we're going right on back into that. So that case is now under review by the Supreme Court. And I saw that today and thought I needed to just throw that out there. We could have talked about this next week, but I just wanted to just throw it out there that the Supreme Court is actually taking on that case and hearing about that.
Because they wanted to. They wanted to. And I will give Chief Justice Amy Coney Bryant, who is actually turning into like a really surprise justice for me. All right?
I will stab you right now
I'm
on
telling
camera.
you, she recused herself from this.
Oh!
She recused herself from this.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she recused herself because she knows someone who's involved in the litigation.
Well, I'll be damned.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody ever recuses their asses.
A woman did.
Wow.
Because
it's a woman.
Because it's a woman and, ethics and everything. So.
Because Clarence needs to recuse his black ass. Well, really not black.
Like almost everything.
Like really not black. That guy, sorry, he should recuse. He should have recused himself
from a lot.
Forever ago. His ass should have never been on there anyway.
Thomas and Alito should have recused themselves from anything Trump. Because, they're practically flying Trump flags. Okay? And it's just... But anyway, she recused herself from this case.
I did not know that.
Yes, she did. So, this is what I have to say about this case. All right? About any kind of religious charter school or anything else. Mm-hmm. If you want federal or state money then pay taxes. That's it. I got no problem with that. If you want federal or state money for a religious charter school, I don't care what religion it is. I don't care if it's Satan. I don't care. Okay?
You just said Satan?
I did. I said Satan. I don't care if it's anything. I don't care if it's a religion and it's a recognized religion and you have a school and you want money and you pay taxes. Your church pays taxes. The land your church is on pays taxes. Then I think you should get a portion of the money.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah. If you're paying taxes.
If you're paying taxes. But if you're going to remain tax-free, okay, and still want tax money for religion, which is supposed to be separate from the government, which is why you have tax-free status, okay, then that's not going to wash, people. That's not going to wash.
Don't ask me to fund your shit. Maybe I don't believe in that. Why should I give my money to that? Why should you have my tax money to give to a Catholic church or whatever religion? It was Catholic, by the way. But I just need the separation. Well, guys. I need the separation. One has nothing to do with the other. I don't even like to hear presidents or anybody even talk about, and God and blah, blah. Listen, man. No. Listen, man. Do your job. Do your job. Yeah. I don't care who you pray for, who you, like, we talked about this. Pray to, pray for, whatever the hell. Yeah. Especially when, like we talked about, I think in the very first time that we talked, when we brought up Clinton, I think it was that time, I forget. Anyway, like I said, I don't care who you're screwing. I don't care who you're praying for. I don't care any of that. Just do your damn job. Mm-hmm. Do your job, what you do on the side, where you go on Sunday, Wednesday night, whatever you do, like that's your business, right? Don't bring that shit to your job. Don't bring it. Don't bring it. That's all I'm saying. We all do what we do, but don't do that. So that whole separation of church and state, that shit needs to happen. But they're reigniting that debate with this case, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
Well, and we could do a whole show on this. And you know what? We probably will. So we're going to move on from now.
Sure. We're going to go to WTF number 2. Oof. That was all just one, guys. That's all that was. And so WTF, what the fuck? Number 2, Trump's four new executive orders.
Oh my God. I didn't even know. Honestly,
you didn't know?
I didn't know about the first one. I did not know about the first one. You, actually, when you sent me this outline today, I was like, what the hell is this?
Truck drivers.
I did not know about this.
Truck drivers. Thank God my husband speaks English.
No, he doesn't.
He speaks Memphis.
I knew you were going to say that shit.
I knew you were going to say that shit. Oh my God, Irvin, when you watch this, you're not going to be happy about your sister-in-law and her bullshit. All right, he might not be the best at Scrabble.
That's not Scrabble. That's just speech.
Or Family Feud. But he is a good guy. And he knows his shit. Truck drivers. Okay, so let's just talk about this executive order. English proficiency mandate for truckers. Truck drivers must pass English literacy tests or risk being pulled off the road. Wow. So if you got a little accent and you're struggling with your words, don't bring your trailer over here. Don't drive that shit. Like, are you kidding me? Is that what we're doing? Safety is the excuse that's given. Safety. So if you don't speak proper English or you're not American, then you're a safety risk. You're a safety risk on the road. Discrimination is the real motive here. Okay. I am floored by this. Why are we fucking with the truck drivers? I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, my husband is here in Martha's Vineyard, where we live, moving boats. Okay, he's not on the road. He's not doing all that. That's not where we are. But
it's not to say he won't get pulled over here.
He is the only black CDL driver I think on the
that
island.
I've seen. Well,
I think
no,
so. Well,
he's
maybe
not.
No, okay,
He's not.
maybe not.
We know a few others.
All right, we know a few.
We do know a few others.
But he's the only one working on the boats and moving them jokers.
That's true.
Okay. But regardless of that, like, why is that the aim, though? Like, who's sitting at a table and going, we want to fuck with today? Oh, the CDL drivers.
There's
Yay.
a reason for
Yay.
everything.
Yay.
So when I saw this, I was like, oh. Okay, so it actually...
Make it make sense, guys.
Okay. Well, okay, I'm going to
Make it make sense.
I'm going to try to help. Okay. So I was thinking about this. I said, well, if you... First of all, it's already on the books that you have to have proficiency in English to get your license.
Right.
Okay, it's already on the books.
That's just to get your license.
It's already on the books.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
you have to have some proficiency to get your license in English. All right, fine. But they strengthened it with this. Okay? And they strengthened it so they can pull trucks over. That is the point of this. The point of this is to pull trucks over.
Yep.
The point of this is
it's called profiling.
Is to nab drivers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this is about. Mm-hmm. So my question is, okay, why? Well, are they going to confiscate what's in the truck?
Do they think there's migrants in the truck?
No, it's not about that. It's always about
a bunch of guys back
It's always about
families,
terror and thievery with these people. It's all about causing terror and thievery. Okay, so we have a lot of Mexican truck drivers come over the border to deliver Mexican goods, right? They come over the border. They are not going to stand there, and most of them, I'm not going to say most of them because I don't know them. I don't know any of them, all right? But I'm going to give it a 50-50 shot and say 50% of them probably could not sit there and do a whole literacy test because this whole shit stinks of Jim Crow, okay? This whole thing is racist-based bullshit, all right? And y'all need to be paying attention to this because, one, they're distracting us because you know what? The trucks aren't on the road, all right? Half the trucks are not on the road right now. You know why? Because there's no goods coming into the ports.
You know why?
Because of the tariffs, okay? UPS just laid off 20,000 freaking people. Why did they lay off 20,000 people? Because Amazon, okay, is not doing the kind of business that it was, and they're using the post office because the post office is cheaper. All right? They haven't given anybody a break on their Prime, but, you know, they're not saying, oh, you know what? We're going to give you a cut on your Prime.
What is
you're
Prime
paying
up to
for.
now? $14.99, $17.99 a month? I don't even know what it is. I'll tell you what, living here on this island, God damn it, there is no Prime. There's no 24-hour delivery, period.
No, there isn't. And it's like $149 a year. Shit. Just for freight delivery. That then, here, I don't know about off island, but here, you're lucky if you get it in 10 days. Okay? It used to be like, overnight. So they sucked us in. It was $99 a year. And now it's at least $149. It might be more than that.
Now, when I'm ordering something, I think, when is the next time I'm leaving the island? Because the next time I'm leaving the island may be sooner than that damn package is going to come.
Yep.
I need a new grill. So I'm going to wait till I go off this weekend and grab one. Because I'm sure as hell not going to wait for that shit to be shipped here.
You mean like my husband?
Yeah.
We're waiting for a grill.
Right? I'm like, we're going off this weekend, so we might as well grab it. We might as well grab it. Because it's so frustrating. That's a whole nother
argument. That's a whole
That's like a local
discussion.
argument.
Very local.
Very local.
Okay, very local.
Big problem.
So pulling these drivers over, it's just a way to terrify them.
Yep.
All right? It's a way to harass them.
Yep.
It's not, and they could be looking for smugglers, but that's the border. And that's what they're doing.
That's their job.
They're interlacing everything. All right? So that every law enforcement, okay, every piece of law enforcement is going to be doing the same thing, terrorizing the people of the United States. Okay, that's what their main job is now, I guess.
That is their job.
That's their job.
The fear is the point.
Yes. The fear is the point. Okay, and so is the pain.
Yep. The pain, the fear, the cruelty.
The whole thing. Yep. So I think that also it's going to give them, I'm telling you, they're going to start confiscating these loads. They're going to do it. Just like they stole that woman's money. And see, that's the thing. They say, now you're exaggerating. Really? Because they stole that woman's money. Why did they steal that woman's money? They weren't the people they were looking for.
And I wonder if all of that stuff was put into evidence. You know what? Probably not.
No.
Because there is no goddamn case because they were the wrong people anyway.
They took it
So
home.
they probably did what a lot of people have done in the past, the bad cops in the past.
Yeah.
Would pull you over and they're like, oh, you got all this weed in your trunk. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then it never gets into evidence. And
Ever.
then they take all your stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if anybody who's ever been in that situation that's watching me from Facebook, you know who you are. All right. And if ever been pulled over and had your stuff taken and been like, what the hell ever happened? Damn, they let me go? Yeah, they let you go. And they got your shit and it's probably at their house and they're probably smoking it. Like, that's probably what happened. That has happened to people. Sure enough, I'm going to get a message that says, yo, Shauna, that was me. I know.
She knows.
I just know who you are. I don't mean I know. It didn't happen to me.
She just knows who you are.
It never happened to me. But, I know who you are.
All right, so that's...
It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
That is, I call bullshit.
I call bullshit, Kendrick.
Okay.
Miss me with that bullshit. Remember last week?
Well, I call
okay.
So, let's talk about the automakers bullshit.
Oh, the tariff relief.
Oh, that is a lie. It's a lie. Oh, my God. It's a lie. Go ahead.
No.
It is a lie.
You talk about it.
All right. So, apparently, because he was in Michigan, all right, hugging Gretchen Whitmer, which is not going to go well for her. And I feel bad for her.
I didn't know that. He put his hands on her?
He put her hands on her when he got off the plane.
I love Gretchen Whitmer.
She was waiting for him because
God.
he is bringing some planes into Michigan and Air Force, a base, some kind of military base or whatever. It's good for the state. I understand why Gretchen was there. You're respecting the president. He's coming in. He's bringing something to your state. You are the governor of your state. It was unfortunate for you, Governor Whitmer, that he decided to lay hands on you. Because if you were a man, he would not have done that. And it is unfortunate that you could have not kicked him in the cojones because that's what he deserved. As we know, he's an adjudicated rapist. So, convicted felon, 34 counts.
34.
So, while he was there, again, having a rally and lying his ass off, he announced this tariff for automakers, right? It's a bullshit tariff. Yeah, it's a reduction. And it's bullshit. I read it. Because you told me about it, again, because I wasn't paying attention to this. I was so focused on the next two that we're going to talk about that I didn't even know about these two. All right? So, if you read the actual wording of this, okay, and I have to say, WCVB.com, all right, has on their website, okay, and on their app, but on their website, they have this interactive Doge thing that has every single one of the executive orders listed.
Oh, yeah.
In order.
Yeah.
And if you care that you can color code them, whatever. All right. I was just, so I
If you have nothing else to do today.
I worked. And I'm a very good worker. But I do have lunch and breaks. So I did look up this one on the automakers because I was very surprised to hear this, right? Because I'm like, oh, automakers. So, and I saw what you wrote, and I was like, oh, wow, let me look it up.
They're getting tax credits. Wow.
Yeah, so.
U.S. getting tax credits.
So, I looked this up.
Only if you avoid.
So, this is really a sleight of hand bullshit. It's like, he. What it means is, what this tariff reduction means is that they can't pile on the tariffs for automakers. Mm-hmm. So, but you're still going to be paying 25% tariff. 25% people. Mm-hmm. There's no reduction. They just mean, the only reduction is they're not going to pile on. That's it.
All right.
That's it. They're not going to pile on. All right. So then I saw that you wrote, okay, well, cars made in the U.S.
Yep.
Are going to get a tax credit.
All right. Only if they avoid Chinese, Canadian, and Mexican parts.
Yes. So
who benefits?
doing the due diligence that I thought it deserved, I looked up auto parts.
Carry on, sister. Carry on.
There are no auto parts made anywhere except in Mexico, Canada. Okay. Yeah. And
where else?
Where's the other one?
China.
China.
China. Yeah.
I couldn't find any.
Hello.
I couldn't find any.
Dumbasses.
So they give you a tax credit that you're never going to be able to take. Ever going to be able to take. Or you won't be able to build a car.
Again, the dumbest one in the room. But
He is not the dumbest one in the room.
He is, though.
We are the dumbest ones.
No, we're not. Speak for yourself. Shit, we're not.
I'm sorry. Okay.
We're not.
No, we personally are not.
That's right. That's all I'm taking on. I'm not taking on your shit. I'm not taking on your dumbness.
Okay.
I'm not doing that.
But I would gladly help you to see the light. Okay? And come over to the light. Come to the light. Come to the light. She's in shadow. Come to the light. Okay? Because we need you to come to the light. We need to come together as a country to conquer this bullshit because they are taking us down into fascism. And say, oh, there she goes with that fascism word again.
Oh, they hate that F word.
They do. They hate that F word.
That's not my favorite F word.
This is not her favorite, but fascism is my favorite F word because that's where we're going. We're going. And you're not paying attention. If you don't see it, you're not paying attention.
That's right.
So,
if you see the shadows, you're not paying attention.
So, again, I call bullshit.
Yes. Hands down.
Hands down.
Hands down. You lying mother. That's my favorite word.
Yeah, I know.
MF is my favorite word.
It is her favorite.
If you know me, you knew.
It is her favorite.
All time. Hands down. No comparison to anything else.
Nope.
Okay? MF.
She
You
ain't lying.
dumb mother.
She ain't lying.
So, that is number 2.
That is
Executive
number 2.
order number 2.
Right.
That is number 2.
So let's go with number 3.
Expanding migrant detention operations.
The way you wrote that, it kind of like threw me. And I was like, Okay. So, explain.
You want me to explain?
I want you to explain. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you wrote it like that. And I want to know why you wrote it like that.
Okay. So this is how I wrote it, right? I wrote, law enforcement is now empowered to detain more migrants more easily. Local police are encouraged to partner with ICE. Mm-hmm. What could go wrong? What could go wrong?
So true.
Tell me.
Yes. What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
I don't know what happened in Oklahoma. Because I don't think any local police were involved in that. You might have been wise to get local police involved in that. All right. So, anyway, but this is a different animal. Yeah. What could go wrong, right?
The migrant detention operations. Yeah. So if we're expanding, I mean, how big are they already? I mean, my God, they're doing so much. Can I have to go off a little bit here for a second. I just have a question because I saw this and I just keep saying, did they really shave everybody's head?
Oh, you mean in El Salvador? Yeah, they did.
What the fuck?
It's a gulag. It's not a regular jail. You go there to die. You're not getting out of that jail. People are not getting out of that jail. There's no due process in El Salvador.
I see this, though, but when I see these videos, I go, these images, I'm like, I expect it to be in black and white.
They are not getting out.
That's how I look at this. I'm like, what the fuck? And first of all, everybody looks alike, right? Shave them all. Mm-hmm. Like, I just...
Yeah. It's like AI. Because
they all look alike. Oh my God. I'm freaked out. I'm freaked out by that image.
Uh-huh.
Because it looks like a really bad movie.
Yeah.
Right? That we've seen before.
Oh, we've seen it.
Well, before we were here.
Yeah.
But still have seen it.
Oh, we've seen it.
Okay. So if they're expanding
yeah,
the detentions and they're giving everybody authority.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you have a badge, you can do this. You can do this, you can do this, you can do this. We're giving everybody authority to go in and handle things. Whether you're coming in for an appointment, what is it, security guards next?
So, that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Okay, and there will be local police who will cooperate.
Yeah.
But
because they have pensions and life and families and stuff.
Yeah, but no. So no. So let's be real here. Okay, let's be real.
I thought we were, but let's go.
They cannot change the law in the state. They cannot change the state law. The federal government can only change federal laws.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Mm-hmm. Unless you have Congress. Unless Congress goes and changes the law. But you know what? Congress ain't doing shit.
Who's Congress?
Congress.
I've never heard of it.
Well, see, they're a group of pretenders who are sitting up there twiddling their thumbs and with Mike Johnson, the wannabe elf, who...
Wait a minute. Did you say elf?
Elf.
Like E-L-F?
Yeah, he's an elf. So, you didn't know that? He's a bad elf. Yeah. So, he is spending his time bragging about how he's having Democratic ads pulled down in swing states because they're telling the people there that they're trying to gut Medicaid. And the ads are true and they're working. The problem is that because they're working, Mike Johnson lost his little elfin shit. And he had cease and desist letters sent to all of these people who were doing the advertising, all right, who were allowing advertising to be bought. Let's be clear, okay? And they pulled it down, the advertising. That is censorship. And that is got to be some kind of illegal. These people did not have to pull it down because of a cease and desist letter. I can send a cease and desist letter right now to my local Cumberlands and tell them to stop selling that, crappy bread that they sell. All right. That doesn't mean that they're going to stop selling it.
Sorry, Cumberlands. All
right. No, I love Cumberlands, but you have god-awful white bread. All right, so...
You shouldn't even eat white bread.
I wouldn't eat that white bread if it was the last
white bread's not even good for you.
Okay.
That's another
I'm just saying they don't sell...
That's another show.
That's something else.
That's another show.
But the point is, okay, that this is what he did. And that's all Congress is good for. All right? Right now, they are a non-functioning entity.
Hands down.
They do not have...
Hands down.
Okay? They don't know how government works.
That's right.
Republicans are an opposition party. They don't know how to be in charge. And the reason why, and you can see it because they need a big daddy. And what do you think Trump is? He's their big daddy.
Shitting me. He ain't nobody's big daddy.
He's their big daddy, and they're loving his big daddy.
I know a lot of big daddies, and he ain't one of them.
Okay, we're talking different big daddies.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
but they shouldn't even use that. They shouldn't even use that. Like, that's bad. That's bad.
Okay.
To all the good big daddies out there,
so,
keep it going, guys.
They're not using it. I used it. All right, because I did. It fit. It just fit. All right, so that is what's going on with Congress. They're the ones who write the laws. This is, dare we say it? Bullshit. Okay.
Bullshit.
So, but what it will do is it will empower, power-hungry cops on every level to do this.
They definitely need more of that.
Yeah, because God knows they need to feel more powerful.
That's
and
right.
They're going to feel more powerful because part of this is that it sets up a federal legal defense fund, all right, for law enforcement who gets into trouble locally. Okay? Because push comes to shove, they know this is bullshit.
Yep.
All right? And that they will be breaking state laws.
Yep.
Okay? So it calls for more prisons. All right? This executive order calls for more prisons.
Well, he asked for that.
All right? So, yeah, but you know what? It takes more than an executive order to get them. All right? This is for-profit prisons. Because they don't do anything if they can't make a buck.
Oh, yeah, this is...
And down south, let me tell you something. The reason why they have such a regular, heavy population in their prisons isn't because they have more criminals. Okay, it's because the judges cooperate with the freaking for-profit prisons.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and everybody's making a buck off of it because those judges are elected, and elected judges are a bad freaking idea.
Yep.
All right, and until these freaking Southern Jim Crow states, because y'all are still Jim Crow states,
y'all,
okay, get off your asses and do something. Okay, there needs to be a revolution down south, and you know what? The North is not coming to save your asses this time. You have to do it. We can't save you this time. Last time we had a need, all right, to save you. This time we do not have the wherewithal to do that. You have to do it yourselves.
You heard it here. Laura said, do it your damn self.
Do it your damn self, because we're having enough trouble in Massachusetts.
Jesus Christ.
Okay? They're coming after us here. All right? They love your asses down there. They're not coming after you. They're coming after us.
That's right.
Okay?
Which brings us to Executive Order 4.
Yes, that's a sanctuary.
Targeting sanctuary cities.
Yes.
As we are one.
Yes, we are.
We're an island.
Yes.
And good old DeSantis sent his little plane here.
Yeah, his
with his folks to Martha's Vineyard.
Folks that he stole from Texas, by the way.
Because we steal people and we put them on planes.
Because that's what they do.
We send them to Democratic states. Because guess what? We didn't vote for your asses.
Oh, we send them to, a gulag, a concentration camp gulag.
Like shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that is that. But that is all part of this, right? Because with this unleashing law enforcement.
Yeah, this all goes together.
All right, it all goes together. Mm-hmm. All right, because they are calling for in this executive order. Okay, this is killing me. All right, so it calls for Bondi, the fake attorney general, because she shows how it doesn't work for us. All right, to review and modify, rescind any measures that unduly impede law enforcement, which means that if in Massachusetts ICE comes in and our police, which are not supposed to help them, by the way, we have laws about that, and they decide to do it anyway, okay, they will defend them, and they will come after us for trying to stop the local police from doing that, and they will go after the state for having those laws on book, which is where the sanctuary city law comes in. Okay? And I also want to throw this in before we move on to sanctuary cities. This unleashing law enforcement also calls for using what they call the national security assets.
National security assets.
Right. For law and order.
Oh, here we go again. Jesus.
Okay? So what this means is that if we have a protest that is too big for their comfort and they don't like how big they're getting and how we're actually starting to scare them, no matter how peaceful we are, they're going to come after us, people. And we have to be ready for it. Okay? We have to be ready for nonviolent resistance when it happens, because it is going to happen. They are going to come after us, and they're going to be using the military. All right? And Homeland Security has their own, I forget the name of, I wrote it down somewhere. All right? They have their own Homeland Security, blah, 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 which is supposed to go after, I can't remember what it is.
Whatever that is.
Whatever it is. And it's supposed to go after transnational organized crime. Okay. And they're going to use them against us. That's what this order does. It allows them, it allows the puppy killer, and she's a puppy slayer.
She's horrible. She's horrible. Y'all heard it last week. If you didn't hear it, I'm here to tell you again.
It allows her.
Christy Nome is a puppy killer, and everybody knows that from 2024. At least you should. Anyway, she killed Cricket. Well, don't get me back on that.
With Bondi, fake attorney general, to come after us. with their law, and they're going to. And that's what you have to realize. They are going to come after us. I know we sound a little paranoid. We're just reading the executive orders. Go read the damn orders. Okay? I read part. I read part of Project 2025. All right? And these two orders, okay, the unleashing law enforcement in the sanctuary city, a part of Project 2025.
Yep.
All right? And I'm sorry. Y'all need to get educated. You need to get educated. Okay? An uneducated electorate got us into this mess. You've got to get educated.
But do you think that people were actually uneducated or just didn't give a shit and thought, I'm just going to go with this. I don't want to vote Democratic, or I don't want to vote for a woman, or especially a black woman, whatever it is. Do we really think they're uneducated people, or they were just going the other route and didn't think it would happen? I don't know. I can't. It's trying to like rationalize something that doesn't feel rational. I don't.
So let me give you some stats
I just don't get it. Because I actually don't think he really won. That's just me. Well, and I'm not normally a conspiracy theorist, but yeah, I kind of am right now. I actually don't think he won. I mean, it was all bought for and paid for. That's how I think what happened. That's how I feel about it.
54% of the American population, which is about 141 million people, because I looked.
I didn't even know that.
Cannot read above an 11-year-old's.
How much percentage?
11-year-old.
What was the percentage?
54%. 54% of the population in this country cannot read above an 11-year-old.
Can we blame Bush for this? No Child Left Behind? Can we? What can we do here? What?
Yes.
What?
Yes. And you know where they all live?
Oh, wait. Don't tell me.
Do you know where they all live?
Oh, no. She's going to say it. Don't do it.
Okay. You know where they all live?
Oh, my God. Is she going to say it?
They live in red states.
I knew it.
They live in red states. You know why? Because there's nothing Republicans like more than dumb people. All right? And they keep you dumb on purpose. And that is the point. Okay? They keep you dumb on purpose. People who get ahead in red states is because they fight like hell for it.
So you out there with your camouflage Crocs in Walmart.
Oh, my God.
All right. Sorry. I didn't
She had to go back to the Crocs.
Sorry.
It took a while. But she got there.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, 54%. Do not read above an 11-year-old. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. So
I don't know that I'll be able to sleep tonight on that.
Well, especially because
54% can't read above an 11-year-old. Seriously, guys?
Yeah.
Is that because of social media? Is that because we're scrolling? Is that because we're texting? Because nobody even knows?
No.
I mean, what the hell?
They won't pay for the schools.
Oh my gosh.
They won't pay for the schools. Why do you think they're killing the Department of Education? Because they want smart people? Why do you think they're killing the Department of Education? All right? Because
keep you dumb.
They want to
keep you dumb.
Monetize it, okay? They want you to pay for your kids to go to school. All right? Which is not what we do in this country. And
in Oklahoma, they want to pay you to pray in school.
That too.
Just saying.
Okay. So they want you, all right, to pay for your kids to go to school. And if you can't pay for your kids to go to school, oh well. That's it.
All right? They just don't go to school.
So.
And they don't get homeschooled. They just, they just
Who can homeschool their kids when you have to work?
Well, that's what happened during COVID, right?
And
that's what happened.
And not everybody can homeschool.
Parents turned into teachers.
They also.
It was horrible. And marriages broke up because you had to realize, oh my God, do I really like this person I got to stay home with every day? Like, marriage is really.
Kids did not like being taught by their parents.
Well, kids don't need to be taught by their parents. Not in this regard.
I don't think so.
They're teachers for a reason, and they're so freaking underpaid. Yeah. It's horrible. Mm-hmm. And now I'm in the school, and I watch what teachers are going through, and Lord have mercy. Well, I couldn't have done it.
Well, they're going to get a lot less.
I couldn't have done it because, let me tell you, it's hard. It's hard to put in that work to go to school, especially in Massachusetts where you need your master's to teach. Yeah. And then you sit in the school and you listen to these teachers who have to teach these kids who you have to redirect every 10 seconds. It's hard. Mm-hmm. It's hard work, and they've always been underpaid. They continue to be underpaid. and they should be the highest paid. Damn it,
They should,
because
they really should.
Teachers should be the highest paid out there because they are the ones teaching our children, and that's just a lot.
And so you can just imagine how hard it is down south to do that. They get nothing. They get nothing for these kids. They buy their own stuff, okay, for these classes. They do it with their own money because they get no money. Because every time voting to pay for kids in the school system down south gets voted down. And do you know why? It gets voted down because they have suppressed the vote so much. Okay? It is so rigged down there. All right? I am embarrassed. I am embarrassed to be an American when you talk about the voting, all right, that goes on down south. I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
She's actually not sorry.
No, I'm sorry you live there. I'm not sorry what I'm saying. I'm sorry you live there. I'm sorry you can't get out. You know, I'm sorry that you do not have the ability at this time, all right, to fight it. But you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to do something. I can't even get to the story that with the man in this town. I don't even remember what freaking state it was. Just know that it was down south. He was elected mayor, and the town, the former mayor wouldn't let him take the office because the new mayor was black. And he wouldn't let him take the office, and he had to go to court. All right, he had to go to court.
So he won the vote.
He won the vote, and they wouldn't give him the office. They said, nah, never mind, the vote doesn't count. All right,
we didn't think they'd vote for you,
all right?
So that's why it doesn't count.
We didn't think they'd vote for you, and they did, so now I don't know what to do.
No brown people here.
So we're not going to let you take the seat. And so he had to go to court. You know what? I don't even know how that's turned out because it's been out of the news for a while because Chucklehead is in the office now. Chucklehead, yeah. Mr. Regime. So he's up there. So, you know, it's just like, so that went out of the news. But that happened. That's real and that happened. Okay? And it happened recently. So we don't pay a lot of attention up here about what goes on down there. Because sometimes it feels like it's a foreign country all by itself. All right? But we are all in this shit together. We have got to come out of this shit together or we're not even going to have a country. We're not going to have a country. Okay? So part of this order, okay, it all should just scare the hell out of you. You all should be scared. You really should. All right? Because they are going to use law enforcement to take out the people they don't want, that they think are beneath them. And if you're a woman or a person of color, okay, or gay, or transgender, you know,
or anything that they don't give a shit about,
right, you know, then you're done. They don't care. They're going to let us all die if they can because we are beneath them. All right, which is why we have to fight.
We're not here to scare you.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
We're not here to scare you. She is. We're here to educate you just on what's really, she does want you to be scared, on what's just going on, right? Because here's the thing. My thought of this episode title was going to be, yo, I can't keep up. I can't keep up. Because I can't keep up. No. It's every day. It's something. Even while I was writing this earlier today, shit was happening. And I was sending her updates. And she's like, how much stuff can I print? I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, just from the time I started till the time, it was like, wait a minute, this has happened. Wait a minute, this has happened. Wait a minute, this is happening. It's like, we could talk, and you know we can talk. We can talk for 12 fucking hours on this stuff. This stuff just keeps happening. Yes, it is completely freaking overwhelming. Yeah. It's easy to say la 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 la.
Yeah.
Go to Stop and Shop, get your stuff. Go to Cumbies, get your coffee, get your kid, pick your kid up. Go to soccer, go to basketball. Gotta la 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 la, and not even think about what's happening around you, right? Until you find out, oh my God, I owe a student loan. Oh my God, they're going to take my savings because now they're in my checking account because my social security number is attached to my bank accounts. And oh no, I didn't set up my payments for my school loan from like 100 years ago. And now they're all of a sudden just going to take your shit. Like you're going to go and you're not going to have money in the bank. Like, yeah, you're affected. You're affected. We're affected. Like it's happening. Like it's actually happening. Like, so did that scare you? Because I wasn't trying to.
I'm the scary
one.
I'm the
right?
scary one.
She's the scary one, but I'm really the scary one if you knock on my door at 10 o'clock at night. Because I'm like, 911. Why are they here? Who's here? Somebody's here. I don't care. Like, you know, we're not door dashing really here on the island. So I don't know why you're here at my door. But these are the things that have happened. So those are the 4 new executive orders, right? The English proficiency mandate for truckers, because why not?
Yep.
What are you guys really driving around? What are you really doing? Let's confiscate your shit, and why can't you speak English? That's what they're saying, right? The tariff relief for the U.S. automotives, right? We went over that. Expanding migrant detention operations. Yeah, let's just get everybody involved, and let's give everybody a badge, and everybody just go out there and go ahead and do your shit, okay? Because, you know, nothing's better than that. Targeting sanctuary cities, because we are one.
Yeah, we are. Well, we're in Massachusetts.
We're in Massachusetts.
So Boston is a sanctuary city. The Vineyard, actually. We all, different towns, we all voted. Okay? And as far as I know, we all pretty much voted to be that, you know.
Because we want to help folks.
To not help the ICE,
right?
You know, take our people.
Right.
Because they're our people.
So what happens? What happens when you're a sanctuary city, right? They name and shame jurisdictions that don't enforce Trump's immigration policies, guys, right? So, and withhold your money, okay? And guess what? I'm just going to throw this out there. I remember being in New Bedford when I was helping out and working for the nonprofit Oceanarian Project.
I remember
that didn't go through because Bush was actually president, okay? Bush was running, that's right, and he won. And
it was Bush 1, wasn't it? It was Bush 1.
It
wasn't Bush 2.
Was it Bush 1?
Bush 2, you were down in Atlanta.
No, I wasn't in Atlanta for Bush 2. But anyway, Bush 1. One of them jokers. Anyway, one of them. Father or son. Either way. No, I think it was Bush 2.
Okay.
And we voted Democratic in that state, in Massachusetts, right? And so they withheld the federal funding, I believe. And there went the project. Whoop, millions down. Because it's like, oh yeah, you didn't vote for us, so yeah, we're going to take your federal funding. So yeah, that was a low-key situation. This is kind of in your fucking face.
Yeah,
like, it's always happened with Trump. Like, the racism and the things are always around. They're following you around the store. Things that happen. Now they're like, hey, do you need something? Like, they're right in your face.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? So that's where we are. That's where we are. That's a lot.
So it's a lot, and
I'm just overwhelmed by damn self.
The unleashing the law enforcement thing, that I'm telling you, I really got involved in this when I was reading it and going through it section by section, and because I felt like it's really a threat. It's a threat to us. Okay, so I just want to bring up the last thing that really got me on this one. Okay, and so it was the national trans people, whatever, that are going to get involved in the bullshit. Okay, so they are. All right, I'm just going to read this. All right, actually, it's targeting sanctuary cities. So this orders the fake AG to publish a list of state and local jurisdictions that call themselves sanctuary cities. All right. After publishing the list, the jurisdictions will be notified. All right. It's in defiance of federal law enforcement and potential violations, and will withhold federal funds unless they de-designate themselves. Okay? So they will have to de-designate themselves a sanctuary city to get the federal funds. All right? Well, the courts may have something to say about that. All right? To make it sound even more Nazi, they have an equal treatment of Americans provision that says the fake AG and Homeland Security puppy slayer can go after any institution that may be favoring an alien over any group
Aliens.
Alien, all right?
I saw the movie Alien, and I haven't seen one person that looks like that.
Over any group of American citizens that are unlawful including state laws that provide in-state higher education tuition to alien but not out-of-state American citizens, or that favor aliens in criminal charges or sentencing. Read this provision. It's Section 5. Go find the damn thing. Okay? Read this carefully. It doesn't say illegal aliens or illegal immigrants. It says aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And that could be whoever the government says it is.
That's right.
All right? It can be any person of color. It can be a woman as opposed to a white male. It can be anybody the government designates it is. So if they come into a school, if somebody complains and says, they favored this person over me, they live in Massachusetts, I live in New Hampshire, I want the same tuition and say they got favorite treatment because they happen to be black, or they happen to be Chinese, or they happen to be a woman, or a woman of color, or, let's just add on, right? Or they happen to be here on a student visa, okay? And so living in the state, they get the in-state tuition, and the person from New Hampshire does not because they're out of state. And the government says, well, you know what? We find that you're violating the law, all right, for this nice white person from New Hampshire, and that you have to get rid of this person and give that nice white person from New Hampshire the in-state tuition fee. Okay? Because, excuse me, they are putting themselves in a position to F us over, people. To destroy us. They're putting us in a position to make us a Handmaid's Tale. Did you see the Handmaid's Tale?
Handmaid's Tale.
Okay.
Shit, not the Red Hoods.
Now, my ass is too old to be having babies. But
Me too.
they're trying to force women to have babies. And that's a whole other discussion. Because they're talking about giving them $5,000 to have a baby. You can't even, go to the hospital and come home for $5,000.
Listen, they're doing hysterectomies, day surgery. Okay? They're sending your ass home. Hysterectomy, day surgery, guys.
$5,000.
You have a hysterectomy, and by the way, your appointment's at noon. Have your husband pick you up at 4. You'll be out of here.
$5,000.
Yeah. And stay home for 6 weeks.
$5,000 for having a baby.
What?
That's not even
$5,000.
$5,000 for having a baby. That's not even going to pay.
And who the hell? I know
just,
a lot of people out there probably baby planning, but why? In this world, in this shit, sorry guys. I don't need grandkids. I don't want. Listen, I'm good. I'm good, guys. I'm good. We don't need to be bringing anybody into this madness because who the hell knows what's going to happen? It's just the world is different now. It's very, very different now.
We need
and
more
so,
fighters.
man, so we could do this for hours and hours. So we're already running over an hour. Yeah, but
sorry about that, guys.
I'm not sorry because I could talk forever. You can listen. You can go halfway. You can pause, listen later, whatever you do. When I listen to podcasts, I'm usually cleaning and I have it on my overhead speaker and I just listen while I do stuff. So do whatever you want to do with this, but just pay attention. That's all. That's all we're really asking for. We're just two sisters, just trying to say pay attention to what's really happening out there, right? So before we move to the call of action and wrap this up, before we wrap this up and put a little bow on it, I just want to say there's a what the fuck micro moment. And here on, we're going to have one every time we talk, okay? What the fuck micro moment. And today's what the fuck micro moment is brought to you by, oh, I'm sorry, I got a mic. Is brought to you by Shauna Rose Lima. Yep. So here's your what the fuck micro moment.
Okay, what is it?
Okay, the freaking FBI agents, okay, that kneeled during George Floyd protest 2020, okay, have been reassigned.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's what we're doing, guys. We're going back and saying, hey, guys, were you kneeling? Was that you? Did I see you? Wait a minute. Is this you? Is this you, guys? Is this you? What? Was that you? Yeah, is that you? Is that you? Were you kneeling? Were you kneeling in solidarity? Or were you kneeling? I don't give a shit why you were kneeling. Kneeling in solidarity in a protest or kneeling because you just wanted to calm the waters. Hey guys, I'm in uniform, but I'm here with you. Right. I don't even have to agree or not agree, but I'm going to kneel because We just need to calm everything down.
Brings us all together.
And I agree.
It brings us all together.
Why ever you were kneeling, it doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, but that's what the FBI is doing now. They are going after agents who, by the way, considered woke or politicized or hey, stop, guys, stop. Just get out there and like do what you got to do, like that is my what the fuck. Those agents joined demonstrations in a moment of solidarity.
They didn't join. Okay.
They joined in the sense of like kneeling. That's how it's quoted, right? Right. Of solidarity during the 2020 protests.
Yeah.
Okay. And now they've been like pushed out of the front line and stuff. And so that's continuing to happen to agents who are trying to like do the right thing or just try to be within their space. I don't know what it is, but you know what? Fucking guys, like seriously, we're going 5 years back and saying, "Did you kneel? Did you kneel?" Oh, you know what? Move your ass over there. Move your ass over there. I mean, it is disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Is it retaliation? Or is it just reconstructing? I don't know.
Doesn't it like it kind of suits this regime though, right?
Oh, it all falls in play. I mean, it's all falls in play.
They've eliminated all the people of color in any kind of position of authority.
Yep.
Look,
they have.
Out of
they
government.
Absolutely have.
All right. All the women, they're moving out of positions of authority.
They have.
All of the men of color, they're moving out of positions of authority.
Yep.
This is about either you bend the knee to them, okay?
But don't you dare bend the knee for George Floyd.
Or any other person of color, or against any police officer, or against anything that they have allowed you to do. Because let's be real here, okay? And that's why we're here, is to be real. And the real is that these people, okay, in charge, have absolutely no regard for us. They do not think that they are here. They don't understand, okay, that the biggest and most powerful people in this country isn't the president, it is the citizens. And we have to make them feel that.
Because all they are weak cowards. They're the little cops with the big guns, or they're the little guys with the big guns, or they're the little guys who drive the big trucks. You know who you are. Okay? And they feel powerful, right? So they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. They're like, yep, they're in a position of power. Like, we're going to say it. We're going to do it. We don't care. How these women, like, go to sleep with some of these men. Like, I look at the Congress. I look at these people, and I go, oh, my God. Like, you sleep with this dude? Like, you wake up and look at him, or, like, a Ted Cruz or anybody. Back in the day, I used to say, oh, my God.
Do you really think Ted Cruz's wife sleeps with him?
I don't think so.
But
you wake up and look and go,
doesn't sleep with Trump.
Well, we know that. Well, she sleeps, but whatever.
Anyway, no.
But what I'm saying is like this need for power, right? It's no different than a scared officer that's like, oh no, right? Because you just got to get in there and you got to like blow people up. You're just like dropping grenades and walking off. Like it's like, I don't know. It's a mind fuck. I've already said that today. I'm a little worked up today. She's not. I am. I'm just. That's your what the fuck. You can
only take one of us at a time.
That's right.
You don't want us both to be that way.
That's true. It's kind of a lot. But that is your what the fuck moment today. Mm-hmm. When I saw that, I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, man. What? Now we're going after. Okay. All right. So the FBI who. Okay. All right. That's what we're gonna do. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna wrap this shit up at 1 hour and 13, and we're gonna say that tomorrow, May 1st, guys. What is May 1st? Ha! Movement call to action. 5051. Yes. www.fifty.
Indivisible.
Yeah. Indivisible. We're all, listen.
We're all in it together, man.
May 1st. National effort calling for oversight, justice, and protection of civil rights. Right? Post, protest, petition, participate. Those are your 4 P's. Okay? Post, protest, petition, participate. Whatever that is. Whether you make a call, you show up, you share information. God damn it, just do something. Just do something. You don't have to be on the phone all day. You don't have to be with the white signs, although we'll be there.
We'll be at 5 corners tomorrow.
Promise you, 5 corners tomorrow, 4:30. May 1st, we will be there.
Yep.
Okay? We do not get our democracy back, okay, by watching it collapse.
No.
We're not going to get it back by sitting back and just not saying shit. It's just not going to happen. If you're home watching American Idol, that's cool. But after it goes off, you better freaking do something.
Yeah.
Do something. Tomorrow's May 1st. Let's show up. All 50 states, one voice. People are going to, there are protests all across the country. Yeah. And you'll see it out there.
Yeah,
you will see it out there. So, thanks again for tuning in. If you did, if you didn't, okay, sucks to be you.
You will.
Okay. At some point, you may want to hear us talk, or you may think I'm obnoxious. I don't really give a shit. 0 fucks, guys. 0 fucks. We're here to talk. We're here to say it. And until next time. What the fuck Wednesday, guys?